right, guys, this is going to be a really quick recipe that I'm going to share with you today. This is something that I cook often after work. This is by no means like homemade sauce, but I'm telling you, it is good and my family absolutely loves it. So I'm gonna share with you my lasagna recipe that takes literally, I'm gonna say it takes me like 45 minutes to prepare. It doesn't even take 45 minutes to prepare. Maybe 25 minutes to prepare, and then it cooks in the oven for about 45 minutes and you are ready to eat. So what is in my lasagna is 2 pounds of meat, the meat of your choice. I'm using ground beef today, but I usually often use turkey. I also have some ground chicken in there that I considered using, but you can use ground chicken as well. You can also do a vegan or vegetarian version of this lasagna if you want to use some fresh sliced vegetables in the place of the meat. You could do that as well. But today I'm using 2 pounds of ground beef. I'm also going to use 2 jars of pasta sauce. People say spaghetti sauce, but it's pasta sauce. The kind of your choosing, and I usually use this 24 ounce. You can use any kind, but I picked up Kroger because that's what was economical for me this time. And so I'm using Parmesan Romano and then just the traditional. I'm also going to use a 15 ounce container of ricotta cheese, and I'll show you what I do with my ricotta cheese. I'm also going to use 1 box of lasagna noodles. I usually use oven ready noodles, meaning you don't have to boil them, but guess what? You don't have to boil these either, guys. You can put these hard noodles right into your lasagna and skip that step, and I promise you they're going to be cooked all the way through. I'm also going to be using Italian style blend cheese. You can use whatever cheese you want. This is just the cheese I already had in the refrigerator. So I'm going to use that one that I've already opened. And then this one, you can use any kind of cheese you want. And then I have some nonstick spray for my baking dish, and I'm using my Pyrex dish, and I believe this is the 13.5 by 9. You can't see that, but that's what it is, 13.5 by 9. So I'm just going to show you how I really how I cook this, and it doesn't take that long, and my family loves it, and it is enough for us for 2 dinners, sometimes 3 if you like to stretch your leftovers like that. And these are the seasonings that I'm using. For my meat, you can use whatever you want. I'm using Italian seasoning, seasoned salt, garlic powder, garlic pepper, and onion powder. And I will be putting a little bit of sugar in my lasagna sauce. All right. sauce is simmering, I add about a tablespoon of sugar just to kind of cut the tartness of the sauce, and then I go ahead and add a little bit more of all of my seasonings directly to the sauce. I did season the meat, but I like to add a little bit more Italian seasoning, garlic powder, onion powder, and black pepper to the sauce. Sometimes just a little bit of salt just to give it a little bit of extra flavor. Now that my sauce and my ricotta cheese is ready, I'm going to go ahead and put my lasagna together, and I'm going to start by lightly spraying my baking dish with a non-stick spray, and then we're going to place a layer of meat down in the dish. First, I like to do a thin layer of meat, and that's just to help the pasta get some moisture and not stick to the bottom of the baking dish. And I'm going to lay the uncooked pasta noodles right on top of the sauce, and then we're going to start a layer of the ricotta cheese mixture. We're going to spread those right directly onto the lasagna noodles. And once I have spread a little ricotta cheese on each noodle, I'm going to take some of the shredded Italian cheese or whatever cheese you choose to use, and I'm going to put a thin layer of that on top of the noodles. And this is the combination that we use until we use all of our mixture and all of our noodles. And I believe with this dish, I have about 4 layers of lasagna, and it is quite heavy once I finish, and it is more than enough to feed my family of 5 for 2 days. Once I put the entire lasagna together, I put about a tablespoon of water into each corner, and then you're going to cover it with foil, and you put the water in there to create some steam that does help to cook the noodles. And then you're going to put this in the oven at 350 degrees for 45 minutes. After 45 minutes, you're going to take it out of the oven, and the lasagna is going to be completely done. I then add a layer of cheese. Again, it can be the cheese of your choice, but today we're using Italian blend cheese. So you're going to place that cheese directly on top of your lasagna and place it back into the oven for about 5 minutes. So while the cheese is melting, I'm going to go ahead and prepare some garlic knots to go along with the lasagna. We will usually have a salad, but today I was in a hurry and we did not have time. So these are just frozen garlic knots that I pick up from Walmart, and my family loves them. And they cook in the oven for about 5 to 7 minutes, and they are buttery and delicious. I also like to take advantage of the cooking time and go ahead and clean the kitchen so that I don't have all of those dishes to do after we have eaten. This is just something that I like to do. And I don't have many dishes, as you can see. This is a quick and easy meal that does not leave your kitchen in a mess, because who wants to wash all those dishes, honey, after you have worked all day? Not me. Honey, and here's our lasagna, and I'm telling you, it is so good. Now, if you do not like the Monterey and Colby, I just ran out of Italian cheese. You can absolutely put fresh Parmesan, fresh mozzarella, more of the Italian blend, but it is so good and it was so easy. And I promise you that those noodles are cooked all the way through, and I did not use oven ready noodles. I just used regular lasagna noodles, and we did not boil them. So once it cools down, I'll plate up some and let you see how it looks. All right, friends, here is our plated lasagna, and y'all, it is so meaty and so good. And I'm just showing you the inside. All of the meat and the noodles are fully cooked. The ricotta cheese is all melty in there with all of the Italian cheeses. So it is so good. And Dylan is enjoying some right now. So yeah, we're gonna eat. Hope you enjoyed.